have seen a lot of TikToks of people climbing Everest recently, and whilst it is very impressive, it also requires oxygen tanks, climbing over dead bodies, not to mention the cost. So here is part one of ideas of things that you can do instead of climbing Everest. Since you're a little daredevil anyway, by assuming that climbing Everest is a wonderful idea, perhaps Ring Road in Iceland is a great little trip for you to take, because not only do you get beautiful volcanoes, glaciers and waterfalls all in a day, you also get Black Sand Beach. And for those of you unaware, Black Sand Beach is very dangerous. Plenty of warning sign, no lifeguard, and yeah, it claims lives every year, just like Everest does, which could really tickle the excitement of people wanting to climb Everest. Because if you get too close and you don't run away in time, the water is very strong that it will literally drag the victims in, and it's too dangerous for people to really try and look out and rescue anyone. So yeah, for the little daredevils, sounds like a great idea, but I would not recommend getting too close. I very much like the comfort of being at home, where it's safe. Drive through the Scottish Highlands. You know, all of these road trips, they're quite expensive. You think about the fuel and just the food that you need to go along the way, maybe if you need to crash somewhere. So that all adds up and probably will end up still being cheaper than how much it costs to go to Everest. Yeah, and Scottish Highlands? I don't trust my accent. I'm not good at accents. But the Scottish Highlands are gorgeous. And also, if you go at different times of the year, you get different experiences. You get summer, and then you've got the winter experience. Very beautiful. I was craving brioche, so we moved. And this leads me into something else I was going to say about take your parents to something they've always wanted to go to, because at the end of the day, you have limited time with them, and as long as it's not Everest or anything crazy, you know, just spend some quality time with them. It might not be the most exciting idea to you, but in the long run, the memories that you have with your family, they're gonna last. Hopefully. Unless you've got a toxic family dynamic, which is not fun. If you're doing it purely for the clout and for the photo, why don't you help a media student out in this economy and put some of the money you would have put into Everest to get someone to simulate a background for you, a very convincing background, and do a whole photo shoot. Just sit there and do a whole photo shoot. That way you've got the photos for Instagram, you can frame them, get the free prints, and just, you know, sit there and enjoy the aesthetic without risking your life. And on top of that, you've helped someone out, a media student who's probably going to struggle getting a job outside of university. Because, yeah, it's not looking promising in this economy, is it? What about backpacking through the Dolomites or New Zealand? No conquering, just wandering. And as a really cutesy idea that isn't that hard, just go look at the sunset or sunrise near where you live on a nice cutesy hilltop, and it's just sweet, wholesome, and not much effort needed. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed my random selection of ideas of things you can do instead of climbing Everest. Remember, just because you want to doesn't mean you need to.